This meal that I made this night was so delicious. We had just grilled out a bunch of chicken and steak, burgers and dogs, and we had a bunch of chicken and steak left over. And the chicken was jerk chicken, and the steak had been marinated in a kind of a Mexican spices kind of marinade. So I thought, let's make quesadillas. So first up, I am going to make refried beans, and I'm sorry, there's no way you can make refried beans look appetizing, but they're some of my favorite foods and sides to eat. So I usually will get a can of refried beans and then thin it out with some water as I heat it up. And right before that, I was looking outside because one of the dogs had gotten the mulch and tore the mulch up. And I don't know why. They were laying in it. So after I got this beans into a pot and I started heating it up, I put in some taco seasoning and just kind of smushed it down, tried to start getting it to melt. And again, this doesn't look delicious, but it was delicious. So then I got out all of the chicken that was left over and started just chopping it really small into bite-sized pieces. And as I'm chopping this, let me just tell you, we went to the mall and we were going to get my stepdaughter, pause that. I then put the chicken into a saute pan with some butter and heated it through. Anyways, back to the story. I got this amazing lounge set at Aerie, A-E-R-I-E, and I don't think it goes together, like they weren't together in the store, but I mean, I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't match completely, but it is the most comfortable thing. I have it in the dryer right now. I'm going to put it on in a minute. Okay, back to cooking. So I put the chicken all in this pan with some margarine. I don't like cooking with butter. I can't eat dairy, and sometimes butter hurts my stomach. I'll just say that. But anyways, cooking, sauteing this up. It was starting to smell good in there, but that jerk seasoning makes the house kind of smoky, so I had to put the air vent on. The beans needed a little bit more water, so I added some water. And I just kept stirring that around, trying to see, is that enough water, is it enough seasoning, and then just kind of let that cook. Again, the chicken is already cooked, so I just wanted to heat it, get it good and hot, because when I make the quesadillas, I don't want to bite into a cold piece of chicken. Then I got the steak out. We cooked 3 steaks, and I did the same thing. First, I'm going to trim this fat off. I don't like biting into fat. And then I'm going to cut it into the same bite-sized pieces that make a quesadilla. You don't have to do too much work when you eat it. So I got a small bowl to put the chicken in so that I can then add the steak. I cooked the steak the same exact way. I put some margarine in the bottom of the pan and then got the steak good and hot. and stirred it around, let it get heated through, and then I put it to the side also. Here's your story for you while the steak is heating up. You see back in the background there, that like tea pitcher looking thing with the pink in it? That's watermelon. And so I've been cutting my watermelon up and put them in these tea pitchers, and it's working really well. You can just kind of pour the extra juice off as the watermelon sits. I usually typically put that in the fridge, obviously. But y'all, I've had the worst luck buying watermelons lately. The first one I bought, on this day, I cut it and it just went and collapsed like the turkey on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation because it was rotten. And then I cut the next one up, and that's that one back there, but we didn't eat it. It was mushy and ugh. So then again, I ordered another one, and it was rotten on the bottom, like the part where it attaches to the vine. It was like your finger went straight through it. So I haven't had good luck with watermelon at the end of the summer, which makes me so sad because I don't know that I got all my watermelon desire out this summer. But I think the watermelon season is starting to go because it's so hot here. It was like 99 yesterday. Let's pop this steak into a bowl, and then let's get on our way with these quesadillas. Step 1, more margarine. Margarine on the back of the quesadilla tortilla. And you're going to put the buttered side down. I'm going to assume y'all know how to make quesadillas, but I'll still talk to you through this. So, most importantly, I turned that burner down to low because you think you want to cook your quesadillas fast and then you scorch them. Cut the burner down to low and butter on the back. Cheese. I love cheese. I know I just told you I can't do dairy, but I can do cheese. Thank God, because I would die. I eat so much cheese. Then I wanted to taste that chicken because it looks so good the day we had it. But let this cook, let this melt down. I like doing them like open like this because you can see the cheese melt and know when you need to keep going through. So then we're going to put our chicken. I did chicken, I think 1 chicken, 1 steak on the first one, and then I like committed to 1 meat and did them all together. But we've got 1 chicken, 1 steak. And I like to do like a cheese sandwich so that something holds the other top of the quesadilla tortilla on as you flip it. Okay, here comes the big flip. This part gives me anxiety. Oh, pretty good flip. Lost a little bit of cheese. That's not too bad. Yes. That was one of my better flips. As you can see, I am not somebody that has to cook in a clean kitchen. I can cook with dishes in the sink. I do try to tidy up a little bit, but I would prefer if the kitchen was clean before I start cooking, but that doesn't always happen, and that's okay. this little tray that I have in my hand, it was a wedding gift. Me and my husband just got married. We've been married a year. And it is a Linux line. We have the china. I forget what the pattern is called, but it's so pretty. It's like a modern navy blue. Oh, most important part here. Put in some cheese on the top of the beans. So once they got heated through, I put a hefty layer of cheese on top. And then I'm just going to pop this lid on and let the steam melt the cheese on top. And you get like such a nice layer. But anyways, they had a melamine, like the plastic outdoor ware, that matched the china. So we got the melamine set and the china, and I have been loving using the melamine this summer. You know, it might be called melamine. I don't know. But these quesadillas were done, and I set them over here on a cutting board, and I cut them into fours, and then I'm just going to like lay them out on this tray in their respective chicken or steak category. And then I'm just going to pop these quesadillas out. I was a quesadilla assembly line. I worked for the quesadilla factory that night. I wanted to use up all the meat. We're about to go on vacation. I don't want that just going to waste. I don't give my dogs like a lot of people food, especially right before we go on vacation. My stepdaughter wanted to make her own quesadilla, so she knocked that out of the park. And then I got on with it. Quesadilla factory, here we come. I know what you're thinking, that was a terrible flip. Yeah, on the flip scale, it was probably a 2 out of 10. Totally redeemed myself with that flip. This one was looking good and melted. So let's get them off the burner and cut them up. Tasted one, it was so good. Keep it moving. These kids gotta eat. So I started cutting the previous quesadillas while the current quesadilla that is in the pan cooked on the first side, and that was almost the perfect time to where it would melt. Pretty good flip. Yes. Butter, cheese, chicken. 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 That was the worst flip of the day. 0 out of 10. Contents went everywhere. But I was able to scoop them back up, no big deal. Let's cut these quesadillas. Hallelujah, we finished all the chicken. Now it's steak time. So same thing, butter, cheese, steak. Butter, cheese, steak. You see that burn mark? That's where I thought I gotta speed this up. And no, you can't. I ran out of regular tortillas at this point, so I had to switch over to low carb tortillas, and they did not fry up the same. They taste good, but they don't cook the same. They're delicious. If you're on a low carb diet, I highly recommend them. They really got me through some tough times. Get back in there, you little steak. Get in there. You're not going to believe this. It is time to plate up my husband's food. He wanted all chicken, so I made him all chicken quesadillas. And I spooned a bunch of sour cream. They are so good dipped in sour cream, y'all. And I think I put salsa. Yeah, there's salsa coming up. Put some salsa. This salsa from Aldi is so good. It sounds like I'm saying salsa weird. Salsa. Delish. This doesn't look like the most appetizing plate. Again, it is really hard to make Mexican food look yummy. Let's see. He gave it a taste test. What do you think?
It's good.
Describe it in 7 adjectives. What's 7 words? Seriously.
Fire. Hot. Jamaican. Yeah, man. Definitely tasty. Chicken's good. It's nice and moist, tender. The salsa, delicious little mix. Refried beans, enough said. Never go wrong with beans. And quesadillas got a nice little crunch to it.
Oh, good. I was hoping you'd say crunchy. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good day.